Singapore time in 1950 requires a look into its historical development, its synchronization with regional standards, and the social and political climate of the era. The evolution of timekeeping in Singapore. Before modern standardization, time in Singapore, like many parts of the world, was based on local solar time. However, with the arrival of the British and the expansion of global trade, there was a need to align Singapore's time with international standards. From 1905, Singapore followed the time zone of UTC plus 7 o'clock, in line with its geographical position. But in 1933, the colonial government advanced Singapore's time by 20 minutes to UTC plus 07:20. The reason was administrative convenience, aligning the working hours of government offices and improving coordination with other British territories. In 1941, as tensions rose in the Asia-Pacific during World War II, Singapore advanced its clocks again by 10 minutes to UTC plus 7:30, a move that also helped synchronize operations across British Malaya. This time setting remained in place through the Japanese occupation, 1942 to 1945, during which the Japanese imperial forces enforced Tokyo time, UTC plus 9 o'clock. After the Japanese surrender in 1945, British rule resumed, and so did the UTC plus 7:30 standard. By 1950, this was the official time zone of Singapore, and it played a crucial role in public life, scheduling of transport, education, and governance.
Daily Life and the Role of Time. Singapour in 1950 voit sa vibrante, diverse society.
Its population consisted mainly of Chinese, Malay, Indian, and Eurasian communities. The time zone, although taken for granted today, had significant implications in organizing everyday life in a post-war society. Most people rose early, as businesses typically opened around 8 a.m. and closed by 5 o'clock or 6 p.m. Public transportation, trams, buses, and taxis, operated on a tight schedule, all based on UTC plus 7:30. Radio stations, which were the main source of news and entertainment, published daily program schedules strictly following Singapore time. Schools and government offices also adhered to this standard. The synchronization of time ensured that civil services could run efficiently, and that businesses could coordinate with international partners, particularly in British colonies and neighboring Southeast Asian countries.
A time of political awakening.
1950 was not just a year of steady timekeeping, it was a politically charged period. The rise of anti-colonial sentiment and political movements meant that time was also symbolic. Rallies and protests were often carefully timed to coincide with peak hours, maximizing public attention
and participation.
Timekeeping became a tool of organization for trade unions, political parties, and civic organizations. That same year, one of the most significant events, the Maria Herto riots, broke out, a tragic reminder of the social tension simmering beneath the surface. The riots began on December 11, 1950, and lasted several days, highlighting the racial and religious sensitivities of the time. These events underscored how crucial accurate timing was for both law enforcement and media in controlling and reporting the situation.
Singapore Time Today, Legacy of the Past.
Singapore eventually changed its official time zone once again in 1982, moving to UTC plus 8 o'clock to match Peninsular Malaysia and improve synchronization with regional partners like China and Hong Kong. But the foundations of this decision were laid decades earlier, including in the 1950s, when the city was finding its post-war footing. The time used in 1950 represents a key chapter in Singapore's timeline. Pun intended. It was a period marked by the intersection of tradition and modernity, colonial control, and the emergence